is a live and exclusive sports presentation of 20 Sports, WDCA-TV, a Paramount station.
This is Minneapolis, Minnesota, the present home of the NHL's North Star. Store rampant. The Stars will see this Midwest state. The Stars will soon leave this Midwest state, but the loyal hockey fans in the area are hoping the team stays here and does not bolt to a new rumored home in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, or Phoenix. Tonight, the Stars host the Washington Capitals, next on Paramount 20 Sports.
Paramount 20 Sports is proud to present Washington Capitals hockey. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by American Express, the card. Don't leave home without it. Budweiser, the king of beers, with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. Canon, official camera of the Washington Capitals. And by Lexus in the new ES300 sports sedan.
Is the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota. It is the home of the red-hot North Stars. 7 wins, 2 ties in their last 10 games, and they take on the Washington Capitals tonight. Winless in 5. The Capitals this evening here at the Met Center are hoping that they can begin a 4-game Western road swing with a victory over the North Stars. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Ribber, your play-by-play voice of Washington Capitals hockey here on Paramount 20, joined, as always, by Craig Locken. And Craig, the Washington Capitals are looking here to get back into the win column, shaking up the lineup. 3 youngsters up from Baltimore, and they'll all play tonight.
Yeah, I think Terry Murray's looking for some things 5-on-5, Jeff. Every time you play full strength, they've got to create chances. The Capitals, they've had some ties, those 3 losses. They've got to get some 5-on-5 scoring to beat this Minnesota Hockey Club.
The Washington Capitals, they've passed the torch in essence. The big story back in Washington before the team left yesterday, Kevin Hatcher assuming the everyday captaincy of the Capitals, taking yesterday the captaincy from Rod Langway.
And Kevin Hatcher, he's had it when Rod Langway's been out of the lineup. He's equal to the task. He's a big guy playing in his 583rd Capitals game. He leads all NHL defensemen in 20. It's going to be interesting to watch how this guy continues to play. Now, how about those youngsters? Steve Konowalchuk gets the nod again. After some time in Baltimore, where he was burning up the league, 17 goals, 27 assists in 36 games, he returns to the Capitals. Also, Reggie Savage comes back. The thing about Reggie Savage against these North Stars, that speed is why he's going to be in the lineup. He's got to create some offense. Speaking about offense, how about a defenseman? Jason Woolley starts on the blue line court. Jason Woolley's had some great success in the minor leagues, passing the puck, skating. He's going to have to do it to stay up here with the Capitals.
Well, when Jason Woolley's on the ice, and for that matter, all the Capitals defensemen are going to keep an eye and must keep an eye on the hottest performer in the National Hockey League right now, the player of the week before the All-Star game, Mike Modano.
And he's a key, Jeff. They've got a lot of speedster, but this guy's a Jeremy Roenick type guy, and he is hot, hot, hot. You talk about that NHL player of the week, 8 points in his last 2 games, but impressively, an unbelievable statistic, he has scored 15 of the last 23 North Star goals. So Terry Murray, I'm sure, is going to have a keen eye on him along with the rest of the Capitals.
All right, we'll be back with Coach Terry Murray as we continue our pregame show here on Paramount 20, Washington Capitals and the North Stars.
The next Time Tracks. Darian's after high-tech thieves from the future.
They have now stolen 3 of this century's 4 major diamonds.
Can he stop them before they strike again?
Darian Lambert, fugitive retrieval.
Find out on the next Time Tracks. And Kane and Peter must stop a renegade KGB agent and his army of mercenaries.
We'll take them out one at a time. Here we go. I'll say goodbye to your family.
Kung Fu, the legend continues.
Wednesday at 8 on Paramount 20.
My dad used to say, a man who said he never had a chance never took a chance. When you're in a restaurant, you have to try new things. You got to experiment. You can't take the safe road. You have to look at what it takes to make the customer number one. I think American Express customers overall are by far the higher profile customer for fine dining. I've been a member since 1962, one of the originals, I think.
American Express is welcomed at the Sardine Factory and other fishy places. New Roy's Roasters. We marinate them, cover them in herbs and spices, baste them with a honey glaze, and slow roast them until they're golden. So, what are you taking home for dinner? A one-of-a-kind place for a one-of-a-kind taste.
Back here at the Met Center in Bloomington, Minnesota. North Stars and the Capitals a few minutes away from the opening face-off. Jeff Rimmer, Craig Laughlin rejoin you here on Paramount 20 Sports. And joining us downstairs, Caps coach Terry Murray. Terry, the layoff, the All-Star break, you've had a chance to go over the films and visit with David Poile. Now you bring up 3 young players, and I understand all 3 are dressing tonight.
Yes, they are, Jeff. We're hoping that the young guys come in and really give us a good boost of adrenaline here tonight. They've been playing well in Baltimore the last few days over the All-Star break, and especially Reggie Savage. He's got back-to-back hat tricks, so I hope he can continue the scoring trend here tonight.
And Terry Murray, when you think of the North Stars, Mike Modano is hot, hot, hot. How are you going to take that away from their hockey team?
Well, I think they look to their center iceman in all situations, Craig, with their breakout and their neutral zone play. And we really got to concentrate on all 3 of their center icemen, in particular Modano. He, as you say, he's hot, and he's the key guy for the North Stars. And if we can force the puck to the outside, get the wingers to carry it, I think we can, take a lot of the plays that he wants to make away from him here tonight.
Terry, the situation here now with the Washington Capitals enjoying the All-Star break, first game in over a week. Are you pleased with what you've been able to accomplish over the last couple of days?
Yeah, it's been good, Jeff. I think most importantly for the players that got away from the building, got away from me, and not having to listen to my voice, get a break mentally and physically. And we had a good practice yesterday, so I'm hoping that, everything just carries over here in the last 31 games of the season. This is the last half, I think, officially, and it's very important that we get ourselves going as we take a look at the standings in the Patrick Division, especially today.
And Terry, the big thing around the Capitals, the torch being passed. Kevin Hatcher, now the captain of the hockey club. Rod Langway passing the C down to Kevin. How's that going to affect the team?
It was a real positive move. I think it was a very class move by Rod Langway, Craig. He has carried the captaincy for the Capitals for quite a few years, and he's done a tremendous job in the leadership, and he just felt that not being in the lineup every night, it was very difficult on him and the rest of the players on the team. So now we have a young guy who's coming into the peak time of his career. He's going to carry a lot of ice time, and I think, and hopefully he can carry this C and do a good job with his leadership.
Terry, thanks for the visit. You should know we enjoy your company.
Thanks, Jeff.
Caps coach Terry Murray. We'll be back with the opening face-off. Stay tuned to Paramount 20.
On the right, the Nissan Sentra XE with value option package at no extra charge.
Another Nissan commercial.
On the left, a Corolla DX. They're both equipped with an airbag, optional automatic transmission, AM/FM cassette, air conditioning, and cruise control.
Okay, so?
But right now, you could pay $1,700 more for a Corolla.
Ouch.
The Nissan Sentra with no extra charge value option package. It beats the competition all the way around.
No kidding.
It was just another Saturday afternoon until those old guys came out of the woods. The axes. Just when we thought it couldn't get any weirder, it did. They even brought their own music.
Awesome! Hey, fellas, how about a cold bud?
A bud? Obviously, we thought alike.
Oh, that's cold.
Love's in bloom at Giant with savings on fresh-cut boxed long-stem roses at $21.99 a dozen. Give the gift of love from your nearby Giant flower shop.
National anthem just completed here at the Met Center. Your referee tonight, Terry Gregson, Mike Civic, Brad Lazarowicz. are working the line.
Now we're going to look at the goaltenders for the Capitals. Donnie Beaupre gets the start. 13, 15, and 4 on the season. 3.53 goals against average. And going for the North Stars is going to be their all-star goaltender, making his 38th start, John Casey. He's played very well. He's a reaction goaltender that often guesses on a play.
The coach, Terry Murray. The three Europeans reunited. Pavaka, Kristich, Bondra up front. The all-star returning from Montreal. Hatcher, Johansson paired on the defense. Mark Tenorti, team captain for the North Stars, circles inside his own line. Dishes off for Berry. Backhanded. Along the boards, Kristich taps behind the net. Berry picks it up. Sends it ahead for Dahlin. Dahlin to Modano. Tipped off his stick, kept in by the Capitals. Kristich sidesteps the check, centers a pass, but it's backhanded away by Tenorti for Mike Craig. Craig at center for the North Stars. It's a 3-on-2. Across the line, Dahlin backhands. Bondra there to pick it up off the stick of Pavaka. Bondra steps by a check in across the line. 3-on-1, looks for Kristich. Taken away by Modano, and then shoveled ahead back into the Washington end.
Umpire wagon hockey to start this period, Jeff. Offense against offense. Both teams trying to get that quick goal to give them the boost.
Bondra flips it wide of the net. Caps change on the fly. Dahlin rolls it into the Washington zone. Cote picks it up in the corner. The North Stars now, like the Caps, changing on the fly. Iafrate sends it down the wing. McDermott failed to pick it up. Casey out of the net. Controls, now leads. Johnson sends, but not up. Behind the net, the ex-Penguin Johnson picks it up again. He'll try again. Johnson to the line. Backhands the pass behind, hopping over the stick of Iafrate. Beaupre sends to the line, but not out. Kept in by Craig Ludwig. Capitals, Cote, Iafrate. Wheels away at center. Iafrate dumps into the open corner. Gets by Casey. Iafrate picks it right back up. Iafrate sends behind the net for Alamé over his stick. Cote sends behind. Ludwig near corner. Bumped by Alan May. Loose puck picked up by Broughton. Neil Broughton now. Throws it ahead on the left wing. North Stars to neutralize the pass for Courtnall too far. And ends up deep in the Capitals' end.
The Minnesota North Stars not only can score a goal, and they've been scoring goals in bunches lately, the one thing they've really improved on is their defensive hockey style. They're very tough to beat in their own zone. To beat them in their zone, you've got to outnumber them, get it in deep, and forecheck below that goal line.
Caps control, Cavallini, Jason Woolley, Keith Jones, left wing pass on the right side now. Elliott drops it for Hunter. Right circle, Hunter pulls up, sends cross ice, nobody at the left point. And the North Stars will carry it out. Mike McPhee, the former Canadian, throws it ahead on the left wing for Trent Platt. Platt chased there and turned around by Paul Cavallini. Kept in by the North Stars. Near corner, backhanded by Hunter. Cavallini goes into the corner of Hatcher. Ellenuk is dumped. Gagne circles, lets one go. Beaupre stick save, rebound. Trying to get a stick on it was Meklichuk, and the Capitals clear. Meklichuk now with a burst of speed, and he doesn't have much. Hit across the line, and Johansson very calmly clears to center.
Well, you're not going to see their defense jump up a whole lot. The only guy the Capitals really have to be aware of is Mark Tenorti, the captain. He's got 12 goals in the season. He's the only guy that likes to lead the rush and be that late man. The other guys, strictly defensive-orientated defensemen.
Of course, the North Stars playing without maybe their best defenseman all around, and that's young Darian Hatcher, who's just been assigned to Kalamazoo on a reconditioning program. He's missed 14 games with a knee injury. Johansson, left wing pass, Kelly Miller at center. Off a stick into the offensive zone. Reggie Savage couldn't get a stick on it, and Tenorti sweeps it out of the zone. Cote off the board. Mike Ridley gives to Reggie Savage, and Savage backhands it in the rest of the way. Quick line changes for both clubs here in the early going. 16-11 left to go in a scoreless first.
Well, Jeff, you're going to see some erratic hockey early in this first period. The guys have to get back into it. That all-star break, most players 4 days off. They haven't had a whole lot of time to practice. So right now they're just trying to get their legs underneath them, get the puck in deep, and not make any blatant mistakes.
Cote rubbing up Modano along the boards. Modano slow to get up. Shakes it off, caps out of the zone. Iafrate backhands. Dahlin picks it up. Dahlin, right wing circle. Modano. Bumped by Cote. Looks to center it, but the Caps come away. Bondra feeds to Kristich with Pavaka, who takes the pass. Pivonka across the line. Kristich held up by the North Stars defender. Now Bondra comes out in front. Kristich, he scores, and the Capitals lead 1-0.
Great play by the Capitals' European connection. They got the puck in deep. They then just got it on net, and that resulted in the rebound going right onto Dmitry Kristich's stick. Here's the hard work by Pivonka. Jimmy Johnson can't get the puck behind the net. Bondra just elects to shoot it from a sharp angle, but number 8, Dmitry Kristich, following up on the play. He's going to hammer home number 17 on the season. That Capitals off and running 1-0.
4:36, the time of the goal. Give Peter Bondra a lot of credit. Bondra coming from the side of the net, stepped in front, and then the perfect pass to Kristich. He makes no mistake, beating John Casey from point-blank range for goal number 17 on the year. 1-0, Washington. Bondra definitely drives an assist. We'll see if there's a second. It should go to Michael Pivonka. Alan May had the puck stripped by the North Stars. Now Courtnall darts to the net. 2 candles away from the defense. Shot by Skodin. Beaupre the save. Konowalchuk. Stripped to the puck by Gaetan Duchesne, the former Cap, but it's Hatcher away for Washington. Hatcher one hands ahead for Alan May. Backhanded in the North Star zone. Play whistle down. We'll step aside. And we've got all kinds of action in front of the North Stars bench, but alertly the officials pulling Alan May away. Now Courtnall and May at close quarters. Tenorti trying to get a piece of Alan May. .14:52 left. We'll be back.
Even at 55 miles per hour, the sound inside the Lexus LS400 is so pure, we're able to record and air this performance on classical radio stations across the country. Listen for it. It's the latest release on the Lexus label.
Nobody parties like Michael Collins, which is why he insists his birthday cake come from the Safeway Bakery. So they bake from scratch right in the store every day with real butter, milk, and eggs. And that Safeway gives Mom and Dad a break on prices, hey, that's fine with him. Just so long as they don't skimp on the frosting. Nobody does it better.
Play underway and neutral ice. Hatcher sends into the North Star zone. 1-0 will score. Kristich, number 17 for Bondra and Pivonka. 4:56 the time of the goal. The Washington Capitals lead 1-0. There's the neutral ice. Loose puck picked up by Gagne. Gagne circles, sends it into the slot, but nobody there. Delay penalty as Casey makes his way out. Caps touch it. Terry Gregson whistles play down, and the first penalty will give the North Stars the power play. A holding call against the Capitals. Dale Hunter.
And the Capitals, after this West Coast swing, return home for 2 matinees at the Capitol Center. First of all, Saturday afternoon, February 20th, Wayne Gretzky and the LA Kings come to the Cap Center. It's a 1:30 start. Then Sunday afternoon, February 21st, Brett Hull and the Blues come to the Capitol Center. It's also a 1:30 start, and a great giveaway that day. All fans will receive a collector's card series courtesy of Upper Deck. For tickets, call 301-386-7080. Sales reps are standing by, and don't forget, you can charge your tickets on American Express.
Face-off to the left of Beaupre. First power play opportunity. The Washington Capitals penalty killing coming in tonight, 4th best in the NHL. And the power play for the North Stars, and Bob Gainey has struggled. They are 15th best in the league, 55 to 287, 19.2%.
And about that power play, Jeff, they've gone to 2 defensemen on the point, a little more defensive orientated. They're going to shoot from the point a lot more often, not playing Modano on the point, but him up forward.
Well, Modano was just dumped at the line, and the Capitals are going to be penalized here, giving the North Stars a 2-man advantage for the next minute and 30 seconds. Modano turned around by Mike Ridley. And Ridley gets the gate.
And here's Modano, that guy with that great speed, playing forward on this power play there. A little bit of a dive there. He made sure Gregson was going to call this minor penalty, and he does. Mike Ridley in the penalty box. The Capitals with an important 5-on-3 penalty killing situation.
2 for hooking at 6:08, the time of the penalty, and the Washington Capitals down 2 men here, playing 5-on-3 hockey for the next minute and 30 seconds. And the Fanometer. Got the fans here at the Met Center all pumped up. Modano. Shot from the point, Shodin. Beaupre doesn't see it. Knocked down by Kelly Miller, and Miller will skate to the line, then send it off the boards the rest of the way.
There's nothing really a secret about this power play, Jeff. They got Tenorti and Churla out there. They're going to park themselves in front of Beaupre, forcing the screen. You're going to see a lot of shots from the top of the circles and in the middle of the rink at the blue line.
Shodin from the point. Prosper Courtnall, pad save Beaupre. Johansson slides out of the zone, and all the way back goes Shodin. 48 seconds left. In the original penalty to Dale Hunter. 1:14 left in the Ridley call. Churla by Hatcher. Sends to Courtnall, left point. Courtnall. Shodin. Traffic in front of Beaupre. Shodin. Down low to Modano. Missed him with the pass. Hatcher for Washington sends it around the boards. The crowd showing their displeasure. 25 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Shodin. Courtnall. Shodin. Modano. One-timer. Scores!
Well, Mike Modano on a 9-game scoring pace. Here he picks up his 10th in a row, and here's the goal. A slap shot from Shodin, and that one I thought Beaupre could have had. He wasn't screened. Here's the pass, Shodin, a one-timer. Here's the bad angle shot, and it just squirts by that far pad. Beaupre going down into the butterfly, but this one gets past his pad. Modano has tied up the hockey game.
Number 24 on the year for Modano, and folks, the Minnesota North Stars still are on the power play for the next 47 seconds.
You know, you mentioned their power play, Jeff, that it has been struggling, but lately in this last eight-game series that they've really turned it on, 7-1-2 in their last 10, they're operating close to 27%. And that was a surprise to me by Bob Gainey, putting out those 2 big guys in front. The Capitals really had it closed off. There was no finesse on that, simply shooting from the circle.
Tied 1-1 in the early going. 12:39 left to go first period here at the Met Center. It is Minnesota 1, the Washington Capitals 1. Start tonight, a 4-game Western swing. Thursday in St. Louis. Saturday night against Gretzky and the LA Kings before a game next Tuesday against San Jose. We'll be back home the following weekend against both Gretzky and the Kings and Brett Hull and the St. Louis Blues. 23 seconds left to go in the power play. Ridley over in the Caps penalty box. And Modano has not been given credit for the goal. The goal credited now to Tenorti. From Modano and Shodin. 5 seconds left in the penalty here. Backhanded along the boards. Dahlin is hit. Christic stripped of the puck. Teams at full strength. Ridley out of the box. Sent towards the net and wide. Backhanded by Craig. Picked up in the corner. That's Gagne. Gagne slides it across for Dahlin. Couldn't get a stick on it. Shodin looks for Dahlin. Iafrate, Ridley, and he just sends it the length of the ice. So Tenorti gets the goal from Modano and Shodin. 1-1 the score. You're watching Caps hockey on Paramount+.
Rebel can do it. Now EOS Rebel from Canon has more power. Over time, space, and light. To create images, not just snapshots.
Image is everything.
EOS Rebel and Rebel S from Canon, so advanced it's simple.
MCI's Friends Around the World has been the lowest priced international call you can make to any one number to over 200 places around the world. Now MCI announces an extra 20% savings to 2 numbers. They'll be the lowest priced international calls you can make. Call MCI. Over the years, using us to call outside the country could save you hundreds upon hundreds of dollars.
Jeff River, Craig Laughlin rejoining you here at the Met Center. Tied 1-1, 11:27 left to go in the first period. Jason Woolley, one of 3 caps up from Baltimore, and in the lineup here tonight. Keith Jones sends it in. Casey behind his own net. Down the boards, backhanded by Jones, knocked down by Todd Elliott, back in the North Star zone. Casey had to be sharp there. Off the stick of Pat Elena. Trent Clout, number 29 for the North Stars, up from Kalamazoo, and folks in Washington may remember this youngster. A 4th-round draft pick of the Capitals, acquired in the trade. Sean Chambers, Clout, Steve Malte, skipjack, coming over to Minnesota. Malte now, of course, with the Tampa Bay Lightning. McPhee, Portnoy. Portnoy rubbed out along the boards by Jones. There's a shot by Broughton. Stick save. Johansson now feeds for Hunter out of the zone. Dale Hunter. Johansson stripped the puck there by Broughton. Johansson tries to keep it in at the line. Unable to do so. Now waits as Hunter steps outside the zone. Minority up by Elena. Alan May takes a shot at Minority. Johansson. Hatcher. Minority takes from Casey, hit hard again. Gaetan Duchesne down the left wing, just flips into the open corner. Portnoy. And Johansson jockey positioning. And it's Hatcher sending it around the boards. Backhanded by Connor Walchuk, just as he was hit by Ludwig, and it's Hatcher away for Washington. 3-on-2. Hatcher across the line, but it's called on the offside. Alan May ahead of the puck carrier, and thus the offside call.
Big Kevin Hatcher with the captaincy on his sweater permanently now for the Washington Capitals. Comes back into Minnesota. You saw him talking to his brother this morning. You mentioned him being sent down to Kalamazoo. Both guys in the same mold, although I think Darian might be a little bit bigger. I saw him talking. Darian looks 2 or 3 inches taller than Kevin.
All right, we're going to show you that replay of the Minnesota goal one more time on the power play. Mark Tinordi officially given credit for the goal, and here's why. Just listen here to this natural sound. You'll see why. And the puck deflected off the stick, in the slot, off the stick of Tinordi, in front of Don Beaupre, and he has indeed been given credit, rightfully so, for that goal. His 13th of the year. Modano and Chodin draw the assist. Dahlin tries to shoot for the short side. Beaupre was sharp. Ridley. Cote jumps up in the play, takes the feed. Right back to Ridley, tipped up into the crowd by the defenseman Johnson. 9:22 left. Mike Ridley closing in on 500 points as a Washington Capital, 448. He's number 3 on the Caps all-time list. The only Capitals to go over the 450-point plateau as Washington Capitals. Mike Gartner, 789 career points with Washington. And one of your favorite buddies, years gone by, Bengt Gustafsson, 555 points, Greg, as a Washington Capital.
We're talking about some oldies and goodies. Bengt Gustafsson, and we had the pleasure, one of the former Washington Capitals dropped by, former 60-goal man, Dennis Maruk. He's now living in Minnesota, works some hockey schools, coaches a high school hockey team.
Speaking of former Capitals, how about Ivan Lebré? His son Corey came by, and of course, Ivan's still with the Capitals in the Community Relations Department. Ivan, Corey says, send some money now. Shot from a sharp angle. Beaupre to say, of course, Corey here attending St. Mary's College, playing some hockey in the Minnesota area. Here to see the Capitals tonight. Reggie Savage backhands off the board, down into the Minnesota end. North Stars back to play. Off the boards for Dahlin. Couldn't get a stick on it. Neutralized now. Craig races after it. Iafrate holding Craig up. Modano from a sharp angle. Deflected up into the crowd as it went off the stick of Mike Ridley. 8:44 left. Mike Modano. Bob Gainey telling Greg Lockman and yours truly this morning that everything just seems to be falling in place for Modano, who some people suggest might be the best forward right now in this conference, particularly with the way he is playing.
I think he could very well be. I like Jeremy Roenick also. They both play that same style. And talking to Bob Gainey, we had the opportunity to this morning. He's into the flow now, and that's what happens with some players. They've got that great speed, but when the puck's going one way, they're going the other. And right now, he's going the right way. When the puck is going one way, he's going that way.
The right way. Todd Ellick wins the draw. Tenorti from the point. Blocked by Bondra. Tenorti gets it right back. Tries to walk in front. Stripped to the puck by Johansson. Feeds for Bondra on the left wing. The two Capitals involved in the All-Star game. The feed for Pavanka off the side of the net. Todd Ellick. Tenorti. Right wing, Shane Churla. Left there for Matvichuk. Across the line, Matvichuk drops it for Shane Churla. But it is the Caps' Christie feeding for Hatcher on the right wing. The feed to Bondra. Bondra looks, top of the circle, fires a shot blocked by Tenorti. Todd Ellick clearing the zone. No, he unable to do so as Pavanka was able to backhand it. But Ellick picks it right back up. Gets some help now from Churlo. Throws the lumber on Pavanka. Joe Johnson, rather. Gets it ahead for McPhee. Slid into the open corner. Evan Hatcher behind Don Beaupre. Hatcher turning away from McPhee. Pass off the stick of Alan May into the North Star end. This is Craig Ludwig back to play it. Ludwig bumped by Connor Walchuk. Gagne hit by McDermott. McPhee turning away from Cavallini. Dumps into the Washington end. Back to play it, Jason Woolley icing the call. 7:18 left in the first period. Tied 1-1 at the Met Center. You're watching Washington Capitals hockey right here on Paramount 20.
Everything was really backed up. So I don't remember whose idea it was, but we decided to take the train. We all spread out, grabbed a bite, made a couple of calls. That's when we found out about the change in strategy. So we made a few modifications. Dan made his usual contribution and got there right on time. On second thought, I'm pretty sure this train thing was my idea.
Respect yourself. For only $24 a month, pay as you go. Call 1-800-WORKOUT.
Jeff Rimmer, Craig Laughlin, rejoining you here at the Met Center. 1-1 the score, 7:18 left to go in this first period. Dale Hunter working the draw with Gagne, who wins the faceoff away from Hunter and behind the North Star net. Minnesota control. Pass knocked down by Eleanor. Hunter tries to center it in front for Jones. Gagne all over him. McPhee couldn't get out of the zone. Cavallini holding him up. McPhee able to finally shovel it out, but it's dropped right back in by the Capitals. Berry off the board. Into the slot. Backhanded by Trent Platt. Shot by Jones, gloved by Casey. He holds on before shoveling it out. Don Beaupre for the Capitals. The North Stars change on the fly. Here's Cavallini. Cavallini left wing pass, gets by Savage, races after it, held up by Broughton, and it's backhanded by Matvichuk. Portnoy for Broughton. Left wing pass, in across the line to Shane, firing it wide. Now Iafrate turns away. Lead pass, Ridley. Savage on the right wing. Ridley muscled along the boards. Portnoy steps in across the line. Works on Cote. Bumped by Cote. Bratton picks up the loose puck. Cote steals. Dump near corner. Iafrate. Ridley poked off his stick. Iafrate gets it right back. Now Cote jumps up in the play. Called on the offside as Cote crossed the line. Matvichuk taking a little exception to for the Cote shot, he felt after the whistle. But it was not much after that whistle, and Cote already on that follow-through.
Yeah, he was just in the midst of teeing it up. And how about those Bullets? They're going to come to Paramount 20 Sports Thursday night. They're going to travel to San Antonio and take on David Robinson and the rest of the San Antonio Spurs. It'll be live right here at 8:30 p.m. You can join Jim Carvelis and Phil Chenier. They're going to be calling all the action on Paramount 20 Sports.
You know, Craig, won't be too long before baseball and the Baltimore Orioles of '93 return here on WDCA TV 20 Sports. And our congratulations tonight to Hall of Famer Chuck Thompson, longtime voice of the Baltimore Orioles, seen many times here on DC 20. Today elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. And congratulations to Chuck Thompson. Michael Pivonka wins the faceoff. Hansen dishes it across for Hatcher. His shot gloved by Casey, and he just leaves it there. The side of the doorstep for Tenorti. Mark Tenorti, the one-time Ranger. Wouldn't the Rangers like to have him right now, Craig?
They certainly would. They're struggling defensively. Man, oh man, Tenorti has certainly turned into a solid hockey player, and he might be one of the untouchables on this team. He's a leader. He's big. He's strong. He's got all the tools. In the last couple of years, he's really polished his play, become an outstanding defenseman.
Returned recently from a knee injury. Missed 3 games. He was expected to be out until the middle of February, but he's back in the lineup. This kid's got a lot going for him, and one thing, there's grit. Certainly a big player for coaching general managers. 5 games. Face-off outside the North Star zone. 5:33 left to go in the first period. Vaca and Modano. Vaca chased from the circle. Kristich will work against Mike Modano. Puck is dropped. Caps control. Hatcher. Sending it in. Casey. Trying to cut it off. Leads for Tenorti. Bumped behind the net by Bondra. Tenorti loses his helmet. Play continues on the left wing. Dahlin. Kristich draped all over him. Dahlin sends it into the zone. Swept away by Beaupre. Cut off by Craig. Craig muscled along the wall. Hansen all over him. Hatcher taps it off the boards. And neutralized now. Barry off the glass, dives back in. Kristich. Neutralized now. Barry. Tenorti. Left wing Dahlin. Aid from Hatcher. Hansen steps away from a hit. The head, but Tenorti jumps up in the play. Bondra all over Tenorti. Puck scored free, picking it up along the boards. Dahlin, watch out, Churla. Down the right side. Here's Tenorti. And a shot went high over top of the net. Now Pivonka with Bondra. Pivonka crossed the line. Held up by Johnson. Bondra away from Churla. Bondra looks for Alan May. His shot. And the big save by Casey from point-blank range. Pivonka. Bondra's turned around. Cote in deep. He can't do Shane. Todd Elliott. The North Stars will get out of the zone. This is Duchesne. Elliott with a drive. Deflected high up into the crowd here at the Met Center. 3:56 left. Tied at 1. Caps and the North Stars of Minnesota.
When it comes to families, one size doesn't fit all. That's why your minivan specialist has so many choices of caravans at the Dodge Minivan Store. From the luxurious all-wheel drive Grand Caravan to an economical caravan starting at just over $14,100. One size doesn't fit all, but there's one caravan to fit you, fit your budget, and the minivan specialist has it. Only at your nearest Dodge dealer, your minivan store.
You're sure no one else has this? No way, Chief. It's the next big thing from Japan. We found it first. We ordered 50,000 of them from Tokyo. They'll be here in a week.
A week?
A week.
And no one could get it here faster.
Santa couldn't get them here faster.
Federal Express can with Express Freighter, the only way to get shipments from around the world sent overnight to you by 10:30 the next morning.
By this time next week, everybody in the company's going to know our name.
Santa couldn't get them here faster.
Express Freighter. If you don't use it, your competition will.
nice heads-up play by Peter Bondrout. Craig Ludwig trying to check him along with Duchesne. Dishes off to Alan May. Great shot trying to beat Casey low. Casey standing up out on the angle. Good play by both players.
Play underway in the Washington zone. Cavallini. Woolley. Lead pass for Alan May over the stick of Matvichuk. May held up by Matvichuk, and it's Tenorti. Getting all kinds of ice time here for Bob Gainey in the first period. Held up along the boards by Alan May. Matvichuk behind the net. Connor Walchuk tips it off his stick. Ellick back to help. Todd Ellick. Lead pass out of the zone. Sherla sidesteps a hit. Woolley got a piece of him. McDermott also with a piece of Sherla. McDermott tries to knock the puck down. He and May collide. Cavallini flips back into the offensive zone. North Stars neutralizes. McPhee sends into the Capitals end. Back to play. Ally Frady. Fishing out there for Kelly Miller. Miller turns away from the check out of the zone. Pass for Ridley. Ridley, Savage. Savage along the left wing boards. Tries to center it. Bumped out along the boards, and it is Craig Ludwig backhanding away. Trent Platt denied by Iafrate. Savage behind the net. Savage tries to roll it in front. Nobody there for Washington. Johnson out of the zone. Picked up by McPhee. Right wing pass. Held up. The Capitals' Kelly Miller, Oliver Gagne. This is Cote. Ridley away from Tenorti. Barry sends back into the Washington end. 2:18 left.
Really like that shift by Reggie Savage. He got his wheels turning. He turned the puck over. He made a couple of nice hits. That's what he's got to do, and that's what Terry Murray expects. He's got to use that speed. He can burn some of these defensemen.
Got to get involved. He's here to stay now, and he's got to prove that he deserves to be in the National Hockey League. North Stars in their own zone. Left wing pass, rather right wing pass. Portnoy backhands ahead. Across the line, this is Duchesne with Broughton. Johansson all over him. Centering pass. Hunter there for Washington. Off the boards by Jones and back down into the Minnesota end. A minute 40 left. Barry up the middle there for Duchesne. Pass behind Broughton, picked up by Portnoy. Portnoy winds up from a wide angle and fired wide. Hellenic for the Caps at center. Flips into the open corner. Christie held up by Dahlin. Johnson, Dahlin, back to Johnson. Hatcher in off the point for the Caps. He and Ludwig bump along the board. Puck comes to Broughton. Kept in by Bondra. No, he couldn't keep it in. Good try there by the Caps all-star forward. Washington changing on the fly. Both teams holding one another out here for most of this first period. We're tied 1-1. North Stars getting their goal on a 5-on-3. The Capitals first on the board with Dmitry Kristich, an even strength goal. Cote sends into the offensive zone before retreating back to the blue line. Modano dump. Here's Craig with Dahlin across the line. Called on the offside. Dahlin ahead of the puck carrier. Thus the offside call with 34 and 5/10 seconds remaining here in this first period.
That's one line the Capitals really have to be sure they know who's on the ice. Guys like Modano, Craig, they can fly. Off Dahlin, he can really jet too. He's got 22 goals on the season. His plus-minus not very good, the worst on the team, but this guy scores when he's around the net, and he's one guy the Capitals have to punish when he gets close to the net, not allowing him that easy lane.
Ridley. There's the draw there to Gagne. Barry from center. From the Washington end now. Hatcher plays it along the boards. McPhee holds up Kelly Miller. Beaupre leaves for Johansson. Havanka. Pass for Ridley goes astray. Tenorti logging all kinds of ice time. Sends back into the Washington end. McPhee looks to the point. Barry with a shot off the skate of Ridley. Turning and firing it towards the net was Platt, but Pavanka was all over him. Kelly Miller. As the horn goes to end the first period, the Washington Capitals and the North Stars leave Shots on goal, not too many in that first period. North Stars out shooting the Caps 6-5, including that 5-on-3 situation. Muster all of the 6 shots. And after one, we're tied 1-1. Stay tuned. Our first intermission is ahead. And we'll take a look back on last weekend's All-Star game in Montreal.